Welcome to an exciting edition of Hidden in the Universal Vault. I'm Ryan, your host, and today I thought we'd go ahead and get to the next movie to close out this week, as we're taking a look at 2020's The King of Staten Island. We're taking a look at, this is the sort of sentimental biopic of actor Pete Davidson, who in this movie plays Scott. He's a guy that still lives with his mother, portrayed by Marissa Tomei. Now, he's going through problems. He doesn't have a dad no more, because tragic happening with his dad. Now, this is related to the actual true life of the actor. For those who don't know, and from those that do remember, a lot of people don't know, his father's Scott. He plays a character named Scott, who the character is named after his dad. His real father was one of the victims on 9/11. He was a firefighter who was killed in 9/11. His mother, I forget her character's name, but her character's name in this something else. But his real mother was actually a nurse. Marissa Tomei plays his mother, who's also a nurse at a hospital. But his mom was a nurse at a school in Staten Island, elementary school nurse. But like I said again, it's sentimental. You also got in the cast, we have Bill Barr and Steve Buscemi. Bill Barr plays a man that he finds out he was giving a tattoo to his son. So they're hanging out with a bunch of friends. They're getting high. So he eventually gives out tattoos, but apparently his son comes in. He wants tattoos, so Scott, Davidson's character, says, "I'll give you a tattoo." And said, "Are you 18?" It's like, and his buddy's like, "You can't do that. He's 10. Realizing, yes, you cannot give minors tattoos. And he gives the kid, he starts doing tattoos like, "Ow, ow, ow." And then, "What are you doing? It's just a line. It's going to look awful." So that's when Bill Barr steps in and he's willing to basically give him a beat down, telling him that's wrong for what he did. And I'm going to call the cops and you're going to go to jail, pal. Yeah, so basically he later comes in the for the film later on. He comes and apologizes to his mother and says, "No, I'll just pay for it." So he has a relationship with the mother. Davidson's character has a relationship with his ex-wife, Bill Barr's ex-wife, and basically they start bucking heads at each other. There's one scene I did like one scene in it. I forget what scene it was, but some funny moments in the film. The movie's directed by Judd Apatow. This would be Judd Apatow's most recent film. I want to say the last film he made was probably Blockers, I think. He has made Blockers, Trainwreck. He made a few films for Universal. He made 4-Year-Old Virgin. Definitely a classic. I will get to that review soon. Not sure when, but I'll get to review that one. So he also gets a job as a waiter, and he does not like him at first. They don't meet. He goes in the bedroom, and then he's in another bedroom. And the mom's excited because he's dating. He's like, "You haven't dated somebody for 7 years," so realize it's a guy that he doesn't like. So the two of them don't really like each other. Then eventually they start fighting again, to the point that Bill Barr's character, I forget his name, picks up Davidson. They're near a pool. So he picks him up, like he lifts him up and boom, throws him right in the pool. And he's all like soaked. And then he's trying to fight while he's soaked, and it's just not going to work. So the mom comes in and tells him, "Get out. You get out as well. Both of you get out of my life." So Davidson's trying to find places to live. So it's crazy. His body starts stealing medication, and if you are a notice, that's a felony. If you're lookout, you can get arrested by the police. So he's running. They ditch the car, though. Good moments. Buscemi plays another firefighter, and fun fact: Buscemi was a real life firefighter, volunteer firefighter before he became an actor. So it's very sentimental. I think I mentioned everything. There's a nice little dedication at the end of his father. That's kind of a neat little thing in loving memories to Scott Davidson, who, as I said before, the victim of the 9/11 tragedy. But that's a whole nother story. But anyways, now I talked about base of the film. What did I think of King of Staten Island? This is a near masterpiece. It's still a great film, but it is a near masterpiece. And I'll tell you what, I didn't like the first half of it. I kind of got bored. But once when the film picks up, it gets really good. Staten Island looks incredible. I gotta say, the cinematography, I like Staten Island because it's sort of a suburb in the film. And I do like that. I really, really personally think that the movie works as that. It is an accomplishment. Judd Apatow did a really good job. And Judd Apatow wanted this in theaters, but unfortunately COVID kind of halted everything. He didn't want this digital, he wanted it in a movie theater. Judd Apatow is against streaming movies. He's against the whole streaming format. Kind of like how Tarantino was against the 4K format just yet. But this is still, it's a near masterpiece. Had the beginning been a little bit pace, well, I would have easily said, yeah, this movie is a masterpiece. But it's a near masterpiece. Still a great movie. Really good. Although the only complaint I thought was I didn't like the tattoo scenes. I don't like people getting ink on their skins. Getting ink on the skin, I don't like tattoos. I'm never going to get one. You're not going to see me get one. So I'll just let you know there. I do like the acting. I think Pete Davidson is an incredible actor. I think he's very talented. Marissa Tomei is amazing. I need to say Marissa Tomei is the best part about this movie. And it's very, very well made. As I said, near masterpiece. The first half just didn't really get me. Although I like how the friends are all stoned and they're playing Mortal Kombat 11. Which is kind of cool though. But as I said many times, that first half just... But it does pick up and I think it's really good. You can see them go to a Yankees baseball game, which is, by the way, gorgeous at nighttime. There's a lot of great nighttime shots, a lot of really good lighting. The lighting's great, cinematography's awesome, the writing is really good. Judd Apatow, Pete Davidson wrote this, so it does have a sentimental feeling. I just think the movie is incredible. Judd Apatow, I think that... not Judd Apatow, Madada Apatow. I think that's Judd Apatow's daughter, I think. But, yeah. Amazing film. Highly, really good. I shouldn't say anything yet. But the only scene I can easily say I didn't like was that beginning and the tattoo scenes. Those are the only two negatives. Once you get past that, this is a fantastic movie. But again... near masterpiece. This is almost close. Sorry about that. I had something in my eye. This is almost close to getting. This is almost close to making on my top list at the end of the year. I don't know yet. I got a ton more movies throughout the entire year, so it's kind of close. But out of all the movies I covered, if I had to pick my favorite so far, this is probably right up there with The Bad Guys. Not to compare this to The Bad Guys, but out of all the movies I have watched and covered, this is probably the second best. It's really close to being the second best or third best. This is probably one of the best movies I watched. Probably this and The Bad Guys were probably the best movies I've covered. This movie, again, near masterpiece. Let's actually take a look at the artwork. Oddly enough, I actually got this at a Dollar Tree for $1.25, so that was an awesome score. When I saw that there, I knew I had to get my hands on it. Really good. And this is, by the way, this is an R-rated movie for language, drug use throughout, sexual content, some violence, and bloody images. The shootout at the pharmacy, I guess, I didn't spot much bloody images, although I didn't spot much sexual content. To be honest, if it didn't have the violence, the tattoo scenes, and stuff like that, This probably would have got a PG-13 rating, but I'm glad it kind of made that. There is a few F-bombs, so this is not a kid's movie. Don't show it to your kids. I think this is a movie, I think that maybe if you're like a teenager, or kids nowadays will watch violent things. So this is a movie that I think teenagers will like. Maybe around I think if they're age 16, 17, 18, or maybe even 13, they'll probably like this one a lot. Let's actually take a look. I think I already showed this. But yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that Universal doesn't give us any disc art. I mean, come on. For a movie like this, all movies should have disc art. I'm just getting tired of the movies not having disc art. This and this exception should. It's just, you get a Universal All Access pamphlet, you get some other promos for other Universal titles, Blockers and Girls Trip, which, no, I don't have Pitch Perfect. I have Bridesmaids, Girls Trip, Knocked Up. I think I have Blockers. I'm not 100% sure. But I do have American Pie, Knocked Up. So those definitely... I do want to cover more Judd Apatow. I might cover Knocked Up, one of his earlier films. So, yeah, this is really good. Let's actually talk about special features. Packed with hilarious bonus features. Alternate endings, which didn't work. I like how it says alternate endings, which didn't work. And honestly, they don't feel like alternate endings. They just feel like extended scenes. But that's just me. Delete scenes of Gary Rito and the feature commentary, Judd Apatow, and actor co-writer Pete Davidson. So now that I talked about almost everything, let's get on. Let's talk about the final verdict. Final verdict. Should you see The King of Staten Island? Yes. See this movie. It is really good. It is really emotional. Really good performances. Writing's amazing. Judd Apatow and Pete Davidson made a phenomenal movie. I love to see them work together on another movie, because I think out of all the Judd Apatow movies, the only ones I saw was this and 4-Year-Old Virgin. I will say I like 4-Year-Old Virgin better, but this is still really, really solid. This is a second contender. I haven't seen Knocked Up. I haven't seen a lot of other... I've seen Judd Apatow produce movies, but not much with him in the directing chair. But I do have Knocked Up, and I do plan on covering. I have This Is 40. I do plan on covering that. So be on the lookout for more Judd Apatow in the coming weeks. So, but for now, this is what I decided to cover in. That's it, guys. It is a little late right now, so I'm recording this really late. I don't know if I'm going to upload this tonight, but as the time you see this, it might get uploaded tonight. But I'm going to sign off right now, and I'm going to bid you guys a good night. So if you do want to follow me on all my social media pages, follow me on Twitter. Like I said before, it's RhinoCanard14. You click onto my main page. You click on the Twitter logo, the Twitter bird. You click down in the corner and it will take you to my Twitter page. Keep up to date with that. I haven't been on Twitter a while, so I might be able to upload some more reviews and get them out right now. But I'm just going to say a good night, and thank you guys for watching. And come back next week with a different review. See ya.